Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Mrcrazygamer13 video. And don't worry, the end of the LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga Let's Play is coming soon. But for the meantime, the Christmas holidays have begun, and I'm gonna start making a series of videos that I've been wanting to make for a while now, actually. I remember whenever I first joined YouTube, I thought, at some point I want to make a video about my a series of videos about my video game collection, so starting it now, and obviously I'm going in the order the consoles were released, and the earliest console I have is PlayStation 1. Yeah, I know, I don't date that far back, but anyway. We're going to start the collection with Actua Golf 3. Now, some of these games I never owned as a kid. I just, got these because I think someone gave them to me, to the family, because, they had these and thought, I don't know the full story behind it, but this is one of them. Yeah, Quatco 3. I've played it, and it's actually not that bad. It's just general standard golf. It's the only golf game I own, actually, mind you. And I'll be honest, it's not that bad of a game. It's pretty good. Good selection of music in there as well, so yeah. Don't even know why I have it though. See, next up here we have Actua Soccer 3. As you guys know, I'm not that big of a football fan or soccer for you guys in the US. I think I played this once. It's not that good. I don't like football, so I don't even know why I have that once again. It's one that is given to me. Next up here we have Crash Bash! Ah yes, Crash Bash. The only reason why I have this game though is because it isn't on the PlayStation Store. Like, I have Crash 1, 2 and 3 and Crash Team Racing on the PSN. I don't have this though, Crash Bash. For some reason you can't find it on the PlayStation Store, but I have a physical copy, although it kind of glitches up, it kind of jumps and skips ahead in when it comes to the opening cutscene. I don't know why. But hey, it's better than what my copy of Crash 3 does. That my old copy of that game now just freezes after you press new game. So yeah, it's a pretty good game though. It's a pretty good party game. From what I hear, this was pretty much Sony's take on Mario Party. It's a good game. I'd say get it if you're a Crash Bandicoot fan. It's the last Crash Bandicoot game to come out on the original PlayStation. Next up here we have one that I recently got a few months ago, Disney's Treasure Planet. You guys might remember I did an unboxing of this game, and that is because it is hard to find brand new PlayStation games that come in cellophane. I ordered this from Amazon and I got it like brand new, sealed and everything, with the manual. Like, it was just awesome. But anyway, the main reason I got this game is because I rented it once as a kid and I never got far in it. So I thought I'd get it again, and I'd probably beat it. I've beaten it, but I have yet to 100% it. It's a pretty hard game, to be honest. It's a bit like I believe this was developed by Disney Interactive. I'm not sure who developed this game, but Magneta Software or something like that. They developed this game, and they also developed the first console game I ever played, which was Stuart Little 2. Basically, it's not that bad of a game. It's not a great game, to be honest, but for a movie licensed game, it's a good effort. Although the PlayStation 2 version I'd say is better. Although both versions, wicked hard. So yeah, for my taste anyway. I'm sure there are harder games out there. Next up, we have another movie license game, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I got this because I had Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PS1, but not the Philosopher's Stone. I don't know, but this game. It's a good for the start of Harry Potter. It's harder than Chamber of Secrets, because I'd say Chamber of Secrets is basically a harder version of this game. It's really easy, you know. It's a classic that I think practically every Harry Potter fan considers this to be the only good Harry Potter game. If not, then many consider it to be the best or one of the best. It was the original, so you can't go wrong, you know. It's a very good start to the Harry Potter series in gaming. Give it a try. Next up here is just in this stock sleeve case thing. N2O. This is another game I got from someone, I don't know. I think I played it once. I don't really remember much of it. I think it's okay. It's just another racing game, you know. It's good. It's pretty good. Right. Next game I have is Rage Racer. And this still has the price tag on from years ago. Developed by Namco, obviously the developers Pac-Man. I remember, because I had a lot of racing games as a kid, and this was one of them. And it even says 40 quid. God, good God. Anyway, yeah, Rage Racer. From what I remember, this was a very good game. And I don't know, but this was a very good game. Don't remember much of it because I haven't played it in ages. But you know, it was developed by Namco, so I guess you can't go wrong. And I believe this has 2 discs to it. Oh wait, no. Oh, right. Yeah, there's 2 disc slots for some reason, but only 1 disc. But in the other disc slot, I guess I have another game I guess could talk about. Stuart Little 2. This game, the first console game I ever played, I have very fond memories of it. Trouble is, I don't play it anymore because look how battered the disc is on the back. I remember, you probably can't see it, but I remember I was very careless with my games as a kid. Thankfully, I've gotten a lot better now, but when I was a kid, this was the shit. Seriously, I played this game all the time. I played the hell out of it. Loved it. Although I'm sure if I looked back on it now, it would probably just be considered mediocre, kind of like Treasure Planet, but because they were both developed by the same software, and they even reused sound effects from Stuart Little 2 for Treasure Planet. But Rage Racer and Stuart Little 2, 2 very fun games that I like to play out of nostalgia. And next up here, plain clear case again. Space Invaders. Now this is one game that I like to play quite a lot that I got from that guy recently, a few years ago. I can't get very far in this game, but it is a good game if I say so myself. It's basically the original Atari NES version. I don't know, the original arcade version, but with updated graphics and music, and the soundtrack to this game. My God, the soundtrack to this game, I love it. I mean, just the music of the first level, like it's really good. I love the soundtrack to this game. I recommend this version of Space Invaders, the PlayStation version, just for the music alone. It's fantastic, brilliant fun. Next up, I have the collector's edition of Tekken 3, but it's a demo disc. It's a demo disc. A demo disc of Tekken 3 that comes in the case of the collector's edition. Like, what the hell? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know much about Tekken, but I played the demo disc thinking that it would be the full game. And in all honesty, it's not a bad fighting game actually. It's pretty darn cool. It's like the PlayStation version of Dead or Alive, and I used to love those games as a kid. Like, whenever I went round to my cousin's house on the Xbox Dead or Alive 3. And it was really fun, and that's a great substitute. Next game here we have is Tomb Raider. Now, I haven't played much of this, but from what I've played, I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off, but it's really not as good as people say, because most of the time, I can't even figure out what to do in this game. I can't get past the first level. I just don't know what to do here. This was another game I got recently, but I don't know why. It's just something about this game. I don't really know what to do with it. It's one of those games that I need a guide to beat it, because I seriously don't know what to do. And Lara controls with the directional buttons like really slow. I mean, and also it's like a bit like Resident Evil, and you're trying to figure out the controls. It's just I don't really see what the hype is all about with this game. I'm just it doesn't interest me. Next one is one that I have very fond memories of, Toka 2 Touring Cars. Another racing game I had as a kid. Yeah, I know, haha. I had a lot of them. But I remember this one was actually pretty fun. Yeah, not much to say. I haven't played it in ages once again, but from what I remember, it was really, really good. Now, next up we have V-Rally Championship Edition. Never played much of this one, but from what I remember, it was okay. Another racing game on the PlayStation. And finally, we have the last boxed game. We have Wipeout 2097. I haven't played much of this, but from what I remember, it was alright. It was pretty good. Now, I believe... Now, I'm not sure if it's a different Wipeout game, but from what I've read on Wikipedia, the disc this game is so unique because if you put it in a CD player, it plays a soundtrack to the game. Now that, my friends, is pure awesomeness. If that's not badass, I don't know what is. This game, this game, I didn't even know until I looked it up on Wikipedia the other day. I can play the soundtrack to this game! Yes, I have a game and a soundtrack in one! Okay. No. But yeah, so... I have Wipeout 2097. Pretty good game. Right, so that's it for the box games. The other games that I have on disc are either in here or on PlayStation Network. I'm going to show you them. I'll show my PlayStation Network collection. But, anyway, so... I have this little case here. I put on my games, and we're going to start out with Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Ho 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 ho. Now this is a nostalgia tour. This is a game that I play if I want to go back to the 90s, to my childhood. But the thing is, I don't play this game on this disc anymore. You know why? Because when I pop the game into my PlayStation 3 and I select new game, it crashes. I mean, maybe that's something to do with me being careless with this game again, but I don't know. But you can't get more classic than Crash Bandicoot 3 if you're my age, at least. It's great, just fantastic game. One of my favourite games ever, if not the best game ever. I don't know what my favourite game is, but... Okay. Next up, we have a not-so-good game. This is Eminem's Shell Shock for the PlayStation. I loved this game as a kid. Don't know why, I played it recently. It sucks. Hard as balls. It's hard as balls. I'm telling you, this is a hard game. It's seriously bad. A cheat. I mean, the first zone, you're in a car. Fine. But, it's hard to dodge things and you just keep moving into everything. And from the second zone on, it's a complete rip-off of Crash Bandicoot. It's a Crash Bandicoot rip-off, and it's hard as well. Although the soundtrack, I admit, while still pretty good, it sounds pretty primitive compared to... The sound quality sounds pretty primitive compared to games like Crash Bandicoot. I mean, I still like this game's soundtrack, but that's the only good thing about it. It's really not that good. I recommend skipping that one. I never even beat it as a kid either. Sorry, I've got loads of empty spaces here. The other game's at the end. Ah, here we are. Yeah, I've got like four games left to show. Next up, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, or Harry Potter und die Kammer des Schreckens, as the disc says. Now, this disc, for some reason, I have a German copy of the game, but it's an English copy, but the title of the game on the disc is written in German. I didn't even notice it until a few weeks after I got the game. For some reason, I cried. Don't know why. I just didn't like following languages when I was a kid. They scared me. Yeah, I was stupid. I was a dumbass then. But anyway, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, great game. Very nostalgic for me. I mean, I suppose you couldn't consider it a fantastic game because it's not as challenging. It's not as hard as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I did a Let's Play of this a few months ago, and it's a pretty good game. It was a great nostalgia toy. It's very good. I'd recommend it to any Harry Potter fan. Next up is Moto Racer. My little brother loved this as a kid. He used to drag me into playing this game with him all the time, multiplayer. I have fond memories of this game, although I wasn't too fond of it because I wasn't too fond of racing games. But you know what? This one was alright. I actually quite like this one. Well, actually no, I didn't really like it. I only played it because my little brother forced me to. I don't know. Back when I had a PlayStation or PlayStation 2. This next game, Micro Machines V3. This is nostalgic because this is one game I used to play a lot. I mean, I used to play this a lot. I haven't played it in ages, but from what I remember, this game was very good. I have fond memories of this. It's basically, I'd say it's a racing game, but you playing like an overhead view, 3D view. I don't know why, but I loved that game as a kid. I just loved it. And now we have the final game, which you should all know what it is if you look back, if you know me well enough. Disney's Lilo and Stitch Trouble in Paradise. This game is pretty good actually. I remember this was I did a Let's Play on this back in early 2013, early this year. Back in April, I think. It's a good nostalgia trip. It's once again, Stitch's gameplay at least is a bit like a Crash Bandicoot clone, but you know what? It's not a bad game. It's really good. It's pretty good. It's really nostalgic, really easy, and overall, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not a great game by any means, but still not bad. And that wraps up my PlayStation collection for the time being. I'd like to thank you for watching. There we are. That's my PlayStation collection. Not many games, but could be worse. Next up, I believe, we are going to do GameCube. So, see you then for my even smaller GameCube collection. Mrcrazygamer13 saying word out.